Started on that couch, couldn't catch my breath. Rob's got the Stoke voice, Ben's coaching best. Emma joined the crew, brought balance to the mess. From zero to hero, community blessed. And we are live, that's how we start. 3 voices strong, 1 beating heart. Couch to coach, we're building art. Every step we take, we're playing our part. Keep running, that's what we do. Keep running, me and you. Keep running, through and through. Keep running, the whole crew. Keep running, dreams come true. Keep running, I'm talking to you.
And we are live, I think. I hope.
I don't know.
We're on YouTube, so I think we are.
Yeah, but I've got it on my phone.
I've got it on my computer and it is on there.
Okay.
And yes, we are. We've just come on. So we are live. I can see myself on YouTube. Bit weird. A bit of a weird feeling seeing yourself. Hello. How is everybody?
Oh, sorry about the delay, guys. We just had a few technical issues.
There is some gremlins in the Riverside today. I don't know what's going on. It was completely on the go slow for me this afternoon, and then it's just all of a sudden gone completely kaput. Pillows 4408. Explain.
I think it's Oliver's login.
Okay. I just saw it says we are just trying to get on a live link to work. Pillows 4408. So I was like, oh, okay. It's a bit of a
It's
weird
a picture
name.
of my dog. Well, our dog. I don't know. Don't know. Sorry about
And
that.
there's somebody else in there as well. Dan Leg 90. I'm not entirely sure who that is either.
Ooh, Dan, reveal yourself.
Hello, Dan Leg 90.
What's
Let us know
that
who
of?
you are. No idea. Let us know who you are. Welcome to the live.
Welcome, Dan. Is it my Dan? I wonder if it's my Dan.
It might be.
Ooh.
Might be. He's got a secret YouTube account. But anyway, unfortunately, Ben isn't able to join us today. He's not feeling very well, so it's just myself and Emma. And before we thought we went live, I said that Emma has got a sigh of relief on her face because of looking at her training this week. Didn't technically stick to the plan, which we'll come on to in a bit. I didn't either, through an injury, which I'll come on to as well. Although I didn't think it was an injury. I think it was a bit more cautious than I should have been, probably. I think I probably could have carried on. But shall we go on to join? So what we'll do is we'll still do the same. We'll still do our training throughout the week. We'll still talk about it. Obviously, we haven't got that critical analysis as we have with Ben, which probably is a good thing for both of us this week. But we can go through our trainings, the highs, the lows, and then we can grade ourselves. I think we should grade ourselves. You grade yourself, I'll grade myself.
Or we could grade each other.
No, because you'll grade me lower than you. All right, then you go. I'll go first. Then you grade. How's it work there? This one.
Or
You
the
go first.
people that are on the live can grade us.
Somebody's just said probably nobody. We should do the ranking this week. Okay.
Probably
People that are on
nobody.
live.
I agree. I think you guys should vote. And
So Dan Leg 90. I know him as Sad Miles Club. So Sad Miles Club is when we had Andrew Farrell on, who came on talking about Crackhead Energy. He was wearing his merchandise, and I've been involved in the WhatsApp group with him and been speaking to him. So hello, Dan. Welcome to the live Sad Miles Club. But yes, should do a live poll. I don't know how to do that, James. If I could, I would, but I don't know how to do that. But what we'll do is
I've got a pen and paper. It's just as good.
We'll go through our training. Ranks. Emma can go first. We'll go for our training. Within the live, you can rate our training from A+, A star, A+, A. I don't think any of us are getting them. B+, B, B-, whatever. Just give us a grade, and then we'll see what we come up with. And
what's the worst grade that you can get?
A U, ungradable. I got quite well. I didn't get any. I don't think I got any U's in my GCSEs. I got quite a few E's and D's. Emma
Hey, up,
gets an
I've
A for
already
being
got
a
one,
marathon.
eh? Thanks, Dan.
But the thing is, Dan, what you've got to understand is we've got to be in a coach mindset. So last week, Ben was talking. Well, Emma dropped the bombshell.
He's graded me. I've wrote it down. I've got 1A.
So,
Thanks, Dan.
okay, that's fine. Doesn't really make a difference anyway because it's not graded by Ben. But anyway, go on. You go through your week of training.
Okay, let me bring up the Strava. I'm just putting it out there. I had a really, really good week. So let's start with Monday. So Monday, I think you had Monday as a rest day, but I'd reached out to Ben on Sunday and asked him what I should do on Monday because he hadn't quite updated our plans at that point. And he said to do 45 to 60 minutes. Easy. I went and did 45 minutes. I admittedly didn't do it.
Sub 4 marathon pace.
Yeah, so I admittedly didn't do it easy. I did it at sub 4 marathon pace. Just because.
So people that are grading, just remember. So we're going to tell you what we should have done and what we did do, and that is where the grading will come in.
So I should have done easy, but I did it at sub 4 marathon pace. However, when you look at my heart rate, it was the majority zone 3. So I wasn't going majorly hard, and there was a lot of hills in there. So I'm just putting that out there. I'll leave that down to the.
So zone 3, yeah. So you did zone. So easy pace really should be zone 2, ideally.
But there was a lot of hills. About. So if that was all on flat, it would have been zone 2. Is what.
Was it over the same? Was it like in a loop? Did you go in a loop?
Well, as you know, there's not many streets where I live, so I had to do a few loops, because there's not many streets. There's not much more to say. If you want to run where there's street lights and be safe, there's only a limited amount of streets I can run on. So I went up the same hill a few times. Yeah.
So 58% was in zone 3. 22% was in zone 4. 5% was in zone 5. So what's that? 75%. 85% was outside of zone 2. 14% was in zone 2.
You know what? It felt really good. Because if that was, as I say, on flat, it would have all been zone 2. It was only, if you look at the elevation profile, you can see that I've incorporated a lot of elevation into that run. And you know what? Hills make you stronger. So that was Monday. Tuesday, we were told to do a steady 60. So Ben's instructions for a steady run are faster than easy pace, but not as fast as a tempo run. So I did a club run and I did 54 minutes. I didn't quite do 60 because I finished when club finished. And I wasn't as fast as the run I did on Monday, but I would say it was steady. It's not tempo, it's not marathon pace, but it's faster than my easy pace. So I was again happy with that. The only bit I wasn't happy with is not getting bang on 60 minutes because I could have rounded up, but because I'd gone cold, I was just like, I'm just done now. I'm back at the car, back where we park up. So I was done. But again, if you look at the heart rates, majority of that was in zone 2, so 55% zone 2. So keeping my heart rate down, even though it was steady and a little bit faster than my easy run, if that makes sense.
So
okay?
Maximum heart rate was 174. That was right at the start, going uphill.
Yeah.
I would probably say, looking at steady pace. You're looking at zone 4 for your pace zones, I would say. Zone 3, zone 4. So your 59% was in zone 3 for your pace zone, and 16% was in zone 4. So yeah.
So I think that was all right. Tuesday was all right. Wednesday was easy 40 followed by 6 strides. Really enjoyed this run because I got up early with Dan. So I love running with Dan because Dan's new to running, so he
and you
can
got
kind of hold.
They can record you as well.
Absolutely, but he can hold me back in terms of pace because, you know, without saying that Dan's slow, he's not quite at the level that I'm at. So I can just be chatting along to Dan whilst he's running, and it feels nice. And it's just nice doing it together. So we got out at the crack of dawn. I got my Provers on, he got the head torch on, and we went and did an easy 40 around the village, followed by strides. And I was getting him to do the strides as well. So it's something he's never really done. I got some funny looks that morning because all the dog walkers are out and we're doing strides up and down a street round the corner from the house. But I really enjoyed that. It was just nice.
So that was Wednesday.
Out together. Wednesday, yeah. That was Wednesday morning. I then went to the gym Wednesday night and I did some HIIT/strength training. So it was a HIIT class incorporating weights, and I did some foam rolling. So whilst strength isn't written into the plan, Ben told us how important it was to incorporate strength training and strength sessions. So I'm trying to get in them, and I did the foam rolling because that's part of recovery, and it's important that we are recovering well as well as training well. So did that Wednesday night. And Thursday, because I knew what I was going to do on Friday, I decided to have a rest day, which was
what was on the plan.
I think it was easy 45. I think. So I didn't do what was on the plan for Thursday. Thursday was a fail. But I did that because I'd already admitted that on Friday I was going to go and run a marathon. So I told everyone that that's what I was going to do. And I said I wanted to get a course PB on the Potters Trail Marathon. And that's what I did.
What was on the plan?
I should have done 90 minutes base, which I don't know what pace base is. Is that easy pace?
It's easy pace, yeah. Building your base.
So I was probably a little bit quicker than what my easy pace is. But I got a course PB on the Potters Trail marathon route, and it was my second fastest marathon time overall. So I did that. We can talk about that.
So a bit of context, because I suppose after we spoke on the podcast, we had quite a lengthy chat about it, didn't we? After, and we were talking about what's the goal. I can't remember if we spent this on the actual podcast. What's your goal? Because the reason you wanted to do a marathon, and we've seen on Instagram, I put a reel on Instagram, was that you wanted to prove to yourself that you could still run a marathon, and that you've got an ultra marathon coming up at the end of February. And Ben said that within no training program there would be for a marathon. There probably would be for an ultra marathon. There would be a training run of a marathon, and that after the podcast, during the podcast we said about what's your goal? Is your goal a sub 4 or is your goal ultra marathon? You said that your goal was a sub 4 marathon, and then after the podcast we talked about should you do it or not. Ben was saying that probably not best doing it, but if you needed to, go and do it, but do it slow. So it didn't say no. No.
I did.
Second fastest marathon time.
Yeah, but if you look at the gap between my actual marathon time and that, there's a big gap there.
It's not exactly slow, though. It's not exactly slow, is it? It's not 4 hours and 29 seconds. 4 hours, 29 minutes and 34 seconds. You're easy.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, your heart rate.
What was it? 4 hours 29.
4:29. That's what it says on Strava. 4:29, 34.
That's better than I thought.
So your pacing.
What was
your
my
pacing
heart rate?
dropped. average heart rate was 140. Your pacing was under 10 minutes for the first 10 miles. Well, 13 miles because you had a 10:10, but then 13 miles was 9:35, and then 10:29, and then towards the end it started to drop off to under 12-minute miles. Heart rate.
Yeah, so my
pace zones 48% in zone 2, 38% in zone 3. Heart rate, maximum heart rate 163. You went down to 97.
very controlled.
Went down to 97 at one point.
Yeah, I thought I better slow it down. No, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you. So I kept my pace really, really controlled for the first 30k. Then we hit a section of the canal, the last 10k, which was really, really muddy, and it was difficult to maintain pace on the mud because you're slipping and sliding. So it was a case of slowing down to navigate the sections that were really muddy and slippy. Then I got back on the tracks, and I think because it had been a little bit stop-start in terms of run-walk in the mud, then I struggled for the last 3k to keep the pace then, so I'd really slowed down and dropped off there. But up until 30k, I think my pace is pretty consistent. My heart rate is pretty under control. If you look when my heart rate was at the highest, it was when I first started out, and that was probably nerves. I was like, oh my god, why am I running a marathon? I'm going to run a marathon. I've got to run a marathon. This is a good idea. And then I settled into it. So I was that's how it went.
So Dan Legg said, do it slow, get second quickest marathon time. Yeah, that's slow. Okay, so then what was the plan on for the Saturday?
Saturday was easy 30. I did easy 30. Really easy shakeout. And then I was told by Ben to have complete rest / active recovery Sunday. So that's what I did on Sunday.
So what was on your plan originally on the Sunday then? Because after the podcast we talked about doing the marathon. You weren't 100% sure if you were going to do the marathon or if you were going to do 18. We said about 30k, Ben said, didn't he? So that's 18 miles. And then if you were going to do more, we'll probably have a rest over the weekend. So then on the Sunday was a rest day.
Nothing, rest day.
Yeah, so there's nothing on the Sunday. Okay, so we've got some C minus.
Who's
on effort and work.
C?
So James Mitchell, on effort and the work put in, I go A. If it was to put a coach head on and I'd sent you the plan that Ben did, C minus due to the time on feet now versus where the plan would be at the risk of injury. B from Caroline Morris.
Hang on. We've missed an important. I just want to address something. So this is really important. So on Friday, after I'd finished, I went home and I got in the hot tub for an hour. Had all the jets on, the heat. That was really good for my recovery from my post-marathon. I then went and had a nap. So that was really good for my recovery. I then went to the gym and I foam rolled and I stretched and I did all the good things that you're supposed to do. And I had all my supplements and my magnesium. And I wore my Enerta recovery sliders, which I'm wearing right now, and I haven't had them off my feet for days, and I felt fine. James
Mitchell asks the question, what was your total miles for the week on plan? This is what you did.
I probably did about 25k over. So
90 minutes. It's probably you'd get about 9.5 miles in there. So then you did 26.
Yeah, I do 10 miles.
9.5, 10 miles. So say 9.5, 10 miles. So 26 miles. So 16 miles over. Yeah, probably 16. What's 16 in K? I don't work in K. So 16 is something like that, 20 odd K. Yeah, so about 20 something K over. Plus, I suppose the 45 that he should have done on the Thursday was taken off because of the recovery. So you're probably, about 20k over. Yeah.
So I'm just looking at what I've got. So I've got an A off Dan, but he's changed that to overall B. Caroline's given me a B. C. C off Lee. Thought we were friends, Lee. Claire Allman. C. Was it worth it though? Yeah, because I feel fine.
But the whole point of owning a coach is to set you a plan. And that's what I learned through Ben, is that sometimes you disagree with what the coach is saying. Sometimes you want to go further, you want to go faster. Sometimes you don't want to go further and don't want to go faster. So when you get to a point of when you're doing even longer runs, I was saying to Ben, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. And that's the coach's job, is to rein you in, but also push you. And that's why I don't think I could be a coach, because if somebody said, I want to do this, I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Whereas Ben is a lot more structured. So I think, although you felt fine, the whole point of having a coach, he knows best. He knows better. He knows what you should be doing. You know your body better. I'm not saying that by any stretch of imagination, but he knows what to do at what point. And that's why ordinarily you would be paying for a coach to do that. Otherwise, you just go and do your own thing, which I'm not saying that you couldn't do your own thing, but that's the whole point of owning a coach. So Lee says, too many miles, you don't want to burn out. I admire your determination, and I would never take that away from you. I love it, but I felt fine during last year, and then boom, got hit with an injury that still has me out now. And that's what Ben was saying, wasn't he? And that's what he was saying about injury. You feel fine, you feel fine, you feel fine. You push yourself a little bit further, like he was with his cross country, with his 10K PB, with his 5K PB, and then from nowhere, you get injured. And that's what Ben doesn't want for yourself or me, to get an injury, which would rule you out of getting that sub 4 marathon PB, which you want to get. So
I don't know what to say. Yeah, I know I did wrong. But I think as well, I'm just a bit worried because we've got an ultra marathon in amongst this, and I just wanted to make sure that I could still do, I class that marathon distance as a long run. That is a long run to me. So I wanted to do it for that reason, but I feel like I needed to give myself a bit of a confidence boost, because I feel like I needed to do something to make me go, yes, you can do it, and give me a reason to believe in myself again, because I'm putting in the miles, I'm doing the effort, but I'm not PBing at 10K, I'm not PBing at parkrun and 5Ks, and I just needed to give myself a boost. But and that's what it's given me. It's given me that. And another thing, I'm worried that I'm going away, as we all know, on Saturday. I'm going to have 2 weeks of travel, 2 weeks away, where I've got 2 days traveling back. So I'm going to be off plan for some of it there.
Yeah,
so I'm worried about.
I can understand. I can completely understand where you're coming from. And you were saying we've got an ultra at the end of February. You know you can do an ultra though. We talked about this. You've done Meriden, which is 70 odd miles, only a couple of months ago, and you're going to have 2 weeks off, which is fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
No, I'm not going to have 2 weeks off running, but I'm going to struggle to stick to my plan. That sounds silly because I've not been sticking to it anyway. But there's going to be 2 days where I'm not going to be able to run, and it's like I felt like I needed to bank the miles. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Probably nobody says C. Plan is all about the A goal, but A for being a machine.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy running the marathon? So Dan Legg said, did you enjoy running the marathon? And also Caroline Morris says, also trail and your main goal road, but you're still fabulous. And amazing, absolutely amazing to get a second marathon PB. Is it? What is that? What you say? Second marathon PB, second best time,
fastest.
second best time, which is amazing just to go out and bang that one out. But like I said to you, like Ben and I said to you last week, you've got to remember what is your A goal, and you don't want to get to a point of where you get to Manchester and you put
Yeah.
too many miles in your legs and you burn yourself out, and then you don't get that sub 4. Because what would you prefer to do? Get a sub 4 at Manchester or get a PB at the Potters Trail Marathon?
Yeah, and my goal is sub 4 at Manchester, so I do now need to really concentrate.
Yeah.
I'll stop going rogue.
I don't think you will then. I really don't think you will. I think you'll still do
I'll
exactly
try.
what you'll do exactly what you want when you want. I know you will. I know you will.
No, but I did say I was going to do it. It's not like it was a big.
No, I know.
Yeah.
You were hesitant. You weren't going to say. You didn't want to say. I knew what you were going to say as soon as you can. I did that as soon as you said, I've got an ultra. I knew you were going to turn around and say you wanted to do a marathon. You could tell by your face.
How are you feeling about your ultra?
I'm just going to take it really steady. And I know I could probably do 50 miles really, really steady. I haven't got a goal time in mind at all. So
But there's
I know I can.
times.
I know there's cut-off times, but I will get under the cut-off time. Even if I have to walk fast, I'll get under the cut-off times.
Okay.
Don't you think I will?
I don't think that you won't be able to do it, but I've done it before. So part of me is like, I want to do better than I did last time. Last time I felt like I let myself down. So I want to go to Chester and get a better time than I did last time. So pinging out a marathon here and there between just gives me that confidence to go into it feeling strong, because on the day we're doing 2 marathons, we're doing back-to-back marathons, and if I can run one and walk one, then yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I've never done it, so I don't know. I'm not an ultra runner. I don't understand why I've signed up for it, because I'm not really into ultra running.
FOMO.
It was that everybody else was signing up for it, and then Ben was going to do it, and Rachel was going to do it. So I thought, I may as well give it a go. And it does look a really good event. I've seen the pictures. I've spoken to people about Chester 50. I've spoken to people about other Ultra GB ultras. So I know it's a really good event. So that's the reason why I signed up for it. If I don't do it at the end of February, I don't do it at the end of February. It's not my A goal. It's not a. If I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. It's not really that bothered about it. And if I do go and do it, I won't be going out there and banging out 10-minute miles. I will be taking it really, really steady, like I did at Tittesworth as my first ultra. So, but we've got some grades for you there. James Mitchell had to adjust my first 4 months of races now. Yeah. It's because of the injury. Gone back and confessed to getting a marathon PB about being away. Yeah, so Emma goes away in Australia, comes back with another marathon PB. Absolutely. I reckon that could happen. I so wish Ben was here. Me too. Well done on marathon. I haven't commented as feel. I'm not in the area of expertise as you all, just a fan. You don't need to be an expert at all, Rob. You're here, and if you like to be here, you're more than welcome. But we always listen to people's suggestions and people's advice. So how many segments have you got planned for taking in else?
None yet, Claire, because when I get there, I plan them the night before I go to sleep. Like a right weirdo. I'll lie in bed on the map on Strava looking for them, and then I wake up in the morning and go and hunt them down.
So my training. So we've got some grades for Emma. My grading Monday, like I say, was a rest day, and I went out with Stoke Fit. I don't think it was a rest day purposefully. I just think Ben had done my training program at that point. He did it on the Monday night, but I went out with Stoke Fit and did the Couch to 5K run with them. Their second week it was, last week, because we've done the third week today. And also went out and did went and did a swim in the afternoon. So really enjoyed that. Tuesday was a rest day, was a scheduled rest day. And I went out and did 1 mile just to try and keep the streak up. It was all going very, very well. I think that was day 15 of the streak. So I went and did that. Wednesday was easy 40 plus strides. And I got about half a mile in. I can't remember what time it was. I think it was late on. Got about half a mile in, and I had my headphones on with my shock, so I could hear what was behind me. And somebody came up behind me on a bike, and what I can only describe is like a horn. It was really loud. It wasn't like a bell. It was like a horn. He pressed something, made me jump completely, stepped to the side on the left-hand side, and put my foot right in a pothole, which was covered full of water, not covered, full of water, and kind of twisted my foot and my ankle. So I carried on. The guy apologized, didn't want to make me jump. Carried on. I carried on. Got about another quarter of a mile in, and my foot started really, it wasn't hurting. I think it was just tender. So I thought, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go back and just rest it. So I ran back to the house, took it slow and ran back. And I did about a mile and a third overall. And then spoke to Ben, spoke to yourself on the WhatsApp, and Ben said, make sure you rice. So I sent him a picture of pilau rice and said, this kind of rice.
Quite funny.
I know what rice is: rest, ice, and compression and elevation. And I did do that.
I just thought he'd put rice instead of ice.
No, rice is a thing. So rest, ice,
Right.
compression, and elevation.
Honestly, I didn't know that. I thought he just meant go home and ice it.
No, he put rice because that's what it is. So rest, ice, compression, elevation. And I did do that. So I did rest it. I put ice on it. Didn't really compress it, and I elevated it because it needs elevation. And it was tender, but it wasn't too bad. So I had a what was on my plan. My plan for the following day was 45 minutes easy, which Ben said don't do, because I asked him the question. I thought, it's okay, it's tender, but if I go out, it might hurt more. So I said, what do I need to do? And he says, just rest it. So I rested it. Then on the Friday, it was 45 minutes easy, and I had a rubbish day at work. And he said school then. I had a really rubbish day at work. It was really busy. My head was banging. I just needed to get out. So I thought, well, I'm just going to go out and take it really easy. So I went out and did 52 minutes. Should have been 50 minutes. Went out and did 52 minutes at steady-ish pace, but tried to take it as steady as I could because of the foot. And it didn't, 149 average heart rate. It wasn't too bad, but it really helped with clearing my head.
It should have been 50. You did 52, or should it have been? Oh, I thought it should have been 45.
No, 50. Then on the Saturday, I had 30 minutes easy, and I went out with Stoke Fit for Couch 25K, their Saturday morning session, and did exactly 30 minutes and 2 seconds on the loop. Average heart rate of activity of 113. Really, really easy. 15-minute average pace, because we were walk for 5 minutes. I think it was 90 seconds run, 2-minute recovery times 6, and then a 5-minute walk at the end. So I did that. And then on the Sunday, I had 90 minutes long run base, like yourself. And I went out with the Dead Slow Running Community, which is run by Robbie Burns, who set it up by Robbie Burns, Biddle chairman, I believe now. He is the full-time chairman.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, so Robbie Burns set it up, and it was set up as a punk / emo / alternative music group, which I'm not at all by any stretch of the imagination. However, I have been told that Robbie Williams has done a punk song in the past, so that classes me as a punk as well, because I'm a massive Robbie Williams fan. So if that classes me as a punk,
I might be able to join then.
Yeah,
I'm a Robbie fan.
So I went out with them. It was absolute torrential rain. Well, I said it wasn't torrential rain. It was raining in the morning quite heavily. And there was a couple of people there that went to the first one that we did a couple of weeks ago. He's doing this at the end of the month at the end of the last Sunday of every month. So if anybody is interested, get in contact with Robbie Burns. There's a Facebook page, there's a Strava group, or I can give you the details if you contact me, and I can send you. It's a really good. It was 10 kilometers, so 60 minutes, and then me and Laura topped it up a little bit, and then we went to Wetherspoons, had a Diet Coke because it was about 11 o'clock at that point.
Where did you start?
Stoke, so King's Hall in Stoke. So that's where it's starting from most of the time, I think. And we did a loop last month. I went out with them. We did a 10K route. We went one way, and then this time we went the opposite way. But what Robbie's organised is that we've got 1 mile loop.
Yeah.
For people that just want to do a mile, and then a 5K loop. Well, it's a 5K. You run to Hanley Park, sorry, and then if you want to, you can carry on and do the full 10K. So I did the full 10K and then topped it up a little bit. So I did in total 1 hour, 29 and 57 seconds. So I was 3 seconds off. Average pace of 11 minutes and 3 seconds. 11 minutes, 3 seconds average pace. But a lot of mustering back for people. And a distance of 8 miles and 8.14. So that is my my week. And other than the injury, I think it went pretty well. I think I probably could have done that 45 minutes that day where I did a rest. But I thought to myself, well, there was 2 reasons actually. So one reason was I didn't want to push it too far and hurt myself, but also my family's over from Ireland, so I spent the evening with my family from Ireland because it was my cousin's birthday and my son's birthday as well. So I had an opportunity to spend the evening with them rather than running. So bit of a double whammy. So
Claire has given you a B+.
B+. Well, the plan got altered. It was sensible to adjust the plan. The sessions you could do were executed. Yeah, can't fault that. Follow coach's advice. Yeah. What was Ben's advice for the Friday, even though you had the rest and rice day? He just said, take it steady. On the Friday, when I went out, I just said to him, I'm going to go out for a run. What shall I do? He just said, take it steady. And then he messaged on the Saturday asking if we were both okay.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
A star, thank you, Julianne. Can't fault that. Have you stopped? Yes, unfortunately, my streak has stopped, Caroline, because of that. I can't even call it an injury. It wasn't an injury. It was just it was tender. And I just thought to myself, well, if I push it and do another mile, I could make it worse. So contacted Helen, just said to her, really sorry, but I'm going to have to stop the streak. I got to day 16 out of 365, so nowhere near. But
how's the streak going in general for everybody else?
Seems to be going really well. I haven't been on recently on the Facebook group or the Strava group because I haven't been posting every day, because you have to post a picture of before, picture of after, holding the piece of paper with the date on and stuff, and then you post of your run. But I haven't been going on because I haven't been streaking. But it seems to be quite a few people still doing it. Some local people as well that I didn't know knew Helen. So yeah.
Is the streak that Robbie Burns doing, is that part of it?
No. So I was speaking to Robbie about that. So it was just a streak on his own. And he was thinking about joining up with Helen, but because he hasn't taken a picture every day before and after, he can't.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, but he's just doing a streak, and then every day he's putting an extra sticker on his picture, and then he was getting frustrated with it because AI wasn't doing very well. Yes, we still need some more AI pics, Sam. I will do some more AI pics. Quite enjoy doing them. They're quite complicated though. Sometimes you ask it to do something like the Pirates of the Caribbean one. It was sending me right around. I look like Captain Pugwash on one. But yeah, AI it is good. Follow coach's advice, adjust the plan accordingly, listen to your body. A for me, and then he's put underneath A+ because of the times. Picky, I know. Cause your streak, stop less it. A from Caroline. E for the pothole situation. A for following the plan. Thanks, Lee.
B plus because you followed advice. You rested when you had to. I would have given A minus, but you were 3 seconds short of 90 minutes.
It's because I always do it. Garmin always knocks them off. When Strava, I think it's 90 on Strava, but Garmin only does it for next. It takes 3 seconds off. Strava tax all.
Yeah, well, you know what? Dan's ran with me tonight, and he only wanted to do 10k. I went on and did a bit more, and he paused his watch on 6.2 miles. He's got home and gone onto Strava, and it says 9.98k.
Yeah, I've done that before.
He is so upset because, as I say, he's only just really getting into his running, and it would have been his second fastest 10k.
Yeah,
but
I do that all the time. My 5k, my 5k part run. So at Canic, when I got my part run PB, actually isn't a 5k on my Strava.
Oh no!
I know, but it's a part run PB, but it isn't a 5k PB on my Strava. That's when I did the whammy. My second fastest PB, because it wasn't technically. I think it was like 0.2 out, which is really frustrating. And like say Strava, it is a real thing. It is a real thing. I think it's. Yeah, you do. You do. I think I stopped it right because I knew I was on for a PB. I stopped it right dead on the finish line. If I'd have carried on going through the funnel, I probably would have got that PB, like official PB on Strava.
Yeah.
I don't bother though, to be fair. I'm happy with it's a part run PB.
So A from me. So Penny Master, thank you, Penny. Agree with all the comments. Well done for following advice and resting as needed. Enabling you to be back out there much quicker than if you'd ignored coach's advice. A from me. Crew 10k last year did me dirty and was short. Had to reload the GPX.
Did that fix it though, James?
Reloading
the GPX.
You can have bits on, I think. Ever run through the funnel a bit extra so Strava registers 5k?
I have never done that, to be honest with you, but
I might have to if I want to go for a PB.
So happy with I'm happy with my plan. I'm happy with me training this week. Although, like I say, it didn't equate to as much as I probably should have done. I think I missed out with 40 minutes strides at a mile, and then 40 minutes in strides, 45 minutes easy. Probably about another seven miles. But happy with what I did. It was needs must. Bloody pothole still there. Went past it yesterday.
Still you know it's there now.
I know. Well, I kind of knew it was there. It's not. It wasn't on the road. It's like on a car park. So I know it's there, and I avoid it every time because I know it's there, and it's quite a deep pothole. I've shown you the picture. You've seen it on Strava. I put it on Instagram.
Yeah, but I didn't think that was the actual pothole.
No, that is the actual pothole.
Google.
No, that's a pothole. That's the actual pothole. It's on a car park. So I put my foot in that, and I've seen it I've seen it all the time. I run past it, and I've always avoided it. But because this blooming guy behind, I think it was a guy. It was dark, so I don't know if it was a woman or a woman. They did apologise, but I couldn't hear what they were saying because I had my headphones in. But it is what it is. Like I say, it could have been worse. Could have tripped over. Yeah. Could have smashed my face in. Could have smashed my knees in. Could have really damaged myself. So, hey ho, it's a learning curve, and I know next time to avoid it.
But... So you've got All Sager on Sunday.
Yes, I have. I've got the running show on Saturday, which I'm looking forward to. Yeah. Really looking forward to getting the running show. If anybody's there that's listening, come and say hello. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go on my own. Ben can't make it. He's in Cambridge, and Emma's somewhere. Where are you going? Australia? Somewhere like that, is it called? Australia?
Yeah, have I not mentioned
it? No, exotic place called Australia. Oh. So I will be there. I'll be in Birmingham on my own. So come and say hello, because I'll be walking around on my own, all sad. But there's plenty of people there that I know. So
why will you be sad? You're going to have a great time.
I am joking. I'm really looking forward to it.
I was going to say, don't be sad. I'm jealous.
I'm not sad. I'm not sad at all. It's going to be good. Caroline Morris, see you at the running show. Yeah, and All Sage, I'll see you there.
And then the week after, all being well, I'm going to be in Belfast at the Northern Ireland running show.
I didn't know that was still happening.
And I'm going to be on stage interviewing, hopefully. They're still sorting out the dates as regards to when and who I'm going to be speaking to. But fingers crossed it doesn't get pulled, because it's the first ever one that they've ever done. So it might be that they don't get the numbers. So it might be just going to Belfast, just for going to Belfast's sake, and there's no running show. But I've got family across there, so I'm looking forward to going across there anyway. But fingers crossed, I will be on stage interviewing. So if anybody's in Northern Ireland that's listening to this podcast, I think we've got some listeners in Northern Ireland, and you want to come and say hello, and I will literally be on my own. I will know nobody there. So I'll be trying to make... We talked about it last week. No, Ben can't make it, no. So we talked about it last week. My friendship circle is reopening just for that weekend. So if anybody wants to come and say hello and make friends, I'm more than happy to make friends with you. But yeah, looking forward to that as well. It's a new experience. I've never done any
tickets from them.
They're confirming. So they're going to give me some tickets. Yeah. But the problem is the local listeners won't be able to make it unless you can get across to Belfast for the 7th and 8th of February, and you fancy some free tickets. Let me know when I can try and sort you some out. I've got to get the flight. I'm going across on the Friday, stopping with my auntie on the Friday night, which I'm looking forward to, and then Saturday going to Belfast, stopping in Belfast on the Saturday night. And bizarrely, my brother is across there on a stag do or a birthday night out in Belfast.
And
then Sunday coming back to going back to my auntie's, and then coming back on Monday morning. So, but yeah, looking forward to Ulsager, the first race of NSRRA. Plenty of people are going to be there.
You won't be doing. Will you be at Rugeley?
When's that?
Isn't that the...
No, I think that's the week after. I think that's the 15th, isn't it?
Yeah, Rugeley's the 15th.
Yeah, so I'll be back for then. Yeah, I'll be doing Rugeley, yeah. I quite like Rugeley. It's a tough one. It's very hilly. Are you back for Rugeley?
I land that morning.
Ah, okay.
So I don't think I'll have time to get there.
And you'll be jet lagged as well, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, I could just ping out 10 mile there, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could do.
From the other week.
Yeah, you could do. Yeah.
No, I've not signed up for it. I've signed up for Crew 10K.
Yeah, I haven't signed up for that. That's normally Easter weekend, isn't it? Easter Sunday. It isn't called Crew 10K anymore. It's called South Cheshire 10K now, isn't it? I believe.
I've just gone off the list.
Yeah, I think they've put it out, and it's now down as South Cheshire 10K because I think they've changed the route. We are planning on getting Mr. NSRRA himself on the podcast, maybe next week, but I believe it's now called the South Cheshire. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if anybody knows the difference. I might be completely wrong, but I believe it's now called the South Cheshire 10K rather than Crew 10K, and they moved it. Yeah, 5th of April, South Cheshire 10K. So, looking forward to that as well. They come thick and fast, especially after Crew 10K. They come thick and fast.
Yeah, so, well, I keep my list on my desk, and what I'm doing is just working my way through and highlighting the ones I can get to and the ones that I can't, because we go away again at the end of March, I think. I don't know. I go away again. And then New Toxita Half is on April 19th, which is when the marathon is. So I can't do that one. I've crossed out. Is that when
Manchester Marathon is?
Yeah.
I haven't even looked. I'm that disorganised with it all.
It's like somebody's just they're trying to get a place for Rugeley. So Ben Freeman,
are they sold out? Because I haven't got a place for Rugeley. Is Rugeley sold out?
I don't know.
I might be asking.
Ben Freeman says he's trying to get a place, so it might be sold out.
You signed up? You're not doing it. If anybody knows if it's sold out or not, or if anybody's got a place that I can buy off them, I'll be happy to buy it off them. But hopefully, like I say, we're going to get Mr. Ken Rushton on the podcast next week to talk to us all about Ulsager and the up and coming NSRR race season, because people have been moved about with their groups. So it would be interesting to see if any early promotions are happening as well after Ulsager 5.
Oh,
Ben Freeman.
No, I've got no money at the moment.
Fair enough.
I know that
We're all,
feeling.
we're all in the same boat. January
Did
has
everybody
been
else?
a
Yeah.
long month. An absolutely
I got paid
long month.
early in December.
Yeah,
Got
I
paid
did,
before
before
Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah, me too.
So yeah.
too. It's been I think about 6 weeks since I last got paid, 6 or 7 weeks. Although it feels about 60 weeks. I am absolutely skint on Monday, and I'm going to Ireland. I've had to pay for that in the pay package from December because I got paid today. Yeah. But I do feel rich today, but only for today. I haven't gone up to Group E, James. No, I'm quite happy in Group F. Some good runners in Group F as well. Rob Moran being one. He got promoted from Group F 2 years ago, I want to say. So he went from Group F to Group E, and now he's back in Group F. So I thought I got rid of him, but now he's back.
Well, Chris Turner was accidentally put into F, and he's been sent to a new letter. He's actually an E. Yeah, he's actually an E. He's been moved.
I did say that because I know that he did quite well in Group E. He didn't exactly get close to the bottom, so I was anticipating that he might have been an error.
Yeah.
But that happens. But it might be that after a couple of races he gets asked to be, if he asks, he could be put back down to Group F if he feels it's better group for him, because Ken does listen to people if people want to go up or go down if they feel that they're in the wrong group. It's always good to speak to Ken about it. And if they feel, so if Ken or whoever's doing the scoring feels that they're in the wrong group, they will ask them to move them as well. So that's a good thing about NSRRA. It tends to be the first couple of months it's just sorting itself out. But I'm definitely not going in Group E. I'm quite happy in Group F. I'd happily go down to Group G if I could.
I'm really excited to get stuck in because I'm sad that I'm obviously missing the first two of being away, and they're just 1 week apart. So I'm like gutted that I won't get any scores for those first couple of races. But then as soon as I can get into them, the races, start getting some points, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to
it tends to be that All Sager is the one where if you get more than 12, that one gets knocked off because everybody runs All Sager because it's a new start of the season. It's because it's flat. You get people that from all over the country coming to All Sager. It's quite a popular race. So you do get every single person in the group coming to do All Sager, and then as they start to get longer sometimes, so 10 miles, half a marathon, not as many people do them. South Cheshire 20, that's probably going to be one where I think you'd be cracking at that because your mileage is up there. I'm not sure when that is.
Yeah,
I've never actually done that one. So you probably won't get as many people there. So them are the races that you need to be looking out for. Because
I don't fully understand yet how the whole points and the scoring works. So in terms of what points you get overall, it doesn't matter if you haven't ran them all.
No. So I'll give you a bit of a brief update because I know you won't be here next week. You get points every time you run as long as you wear your letter. If you come first in your group, dependent on chip time, you get 50 points. Then it's 49 points for second, 48 points for third.
Is it chip time or is it gun time?
I don't know, actually. I think it might be gun time. I think it is gun time because I was told that last time. I thought it was always chip time, but I think it is gun time. You get points depending on where you come, either gun time or chip time, whatever. They work it all out. Yeah. And then you get a total points out of, 20 or 12 times 50, which is 600. So you get total points up to 600. So when you first do it, you get 50 points for a win and then whatever. Yeah. And then when you get to 12 races, if you do one more, so you do 13 races, the race where you got the least amount of points, say that for me, for example, was All Sager, that gets knocked off. And if it's better, so if you get 43 points at, I don't know, Ched 10K is your last race, which was for me. I got 44, I think it was. I got 44 points instead of, I think it was 40 something at All Sager. So that's what makes it up. And it goes off total points, but also goes off average points as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's similar to how our Club Champs works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very similar. Very similar.
Yeah, which is good because I was worried, like, I've signed up and I'm not going to be able to do all the races, and I was worried that because I couldn't do all the races, I wouldn't be able to get good points. But because it's
Yeah, you
similar
do
to
more.
how the club champs work,
Yeah, you don't need them all.
I'm still in
to,
for a
to be
good
competitive.
chance.
To be competitive, you have to do 12 really over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
space of 12 months. You could do
Which
more.
I think I can do.
Yeah, so people do a lot more. So people do the complete runners. So like Julian Kettle, for example, Scott Zikmanis, they did all I think 20 odd races. And everybody's
So because it's gun time,
yeah.
So you're gonna have to start right at the start, aren't you?
They're not. Some of the races
Yeah.
are. Some of the races, yeah. Some of the popular races, you probably. I always tend to think to you look at people who are in your group and you tend to see people that you want to stand next to. You probably don't want to go right to the front because you're going to have your Carl Moultons in Group A and Amanda Kelly's at the front. So you probably don't want to be standing.
Themselves. I'm on that start line.
That's fine. That's fine. But it tends to be other races aren't as popular, so there isn't that many people there, so you can spread out, and it's but it kind of evens itself out over the space of half a marathon or 10K, for example.
And the secret 20.
Yes.
What's the secret in the secret 20?
You finish at a secret bunker.
Oh right, okay.
So I've never done that race.
I think it might be a new race or a new one coming.
Is it? So it isn't.
That is the secret.
So Lee, Lee, question for you, if you can answer in the next 3 minutes, because we're gonna have to go off. But is Secret 1020 taken over from the South Cheshire 20? Is that's what taken over?
Rob says it's a secret. New this year, there was a half marathon in 20 miles. Yes. So
who's that? South Cheshire.
Well,
normally South Cheshire 20. So Rob, they got the running gardener says no. South Cheshire 20. I need to get the running pictures up.
Just bear with me a second. I can cut this bit out of the podcast. This is for YouTube only. Let me get
in
South
addition
Cheshire.
To. Oh, it's an addition.
So is that part of the calendar then? NSRA.
It's replacing Knighton 20.
Yeah, so Knighton 20 was 2 years ago. They had 2 20-milers, and they got rid of it last year. I think it stopped doing it because it was the factory that run it didn't keep it up. So yeah, so you've got all stage of 5, Rugeley, then you've got a reserve race, so Cheadle Spring 5, then South Cheshire 10K, which is your crew 10K. Yeah. Then you've got your Tuxter Half, Clayton 10K, Westbridge 5, Merebrook 15, Stone St Michael's, Cheadle 4, Staff's Knot 5 mile, Ipstone's 5-ish, Trentham 10K, Dave Clark 5K, which is your reserve race, Stone 5, Denston 10 mile, so that's a new one, South Cheshire 20, Newcastle 10K, Warrington 10K, Madeley Half, Flying Fox 10 mile, and then Cheddleton 10K. So they've only got 120 miler in there. 20 races
in total. So
that
South Cheshire 20 mile.
Yeah.
That's not the secret one.
No, so there's another. That's a different one.
Yeah, we need Ken on.
Yeah, we do. But you've got South Cheshire 20, which is Sunday, the 6th of September.
Denstone is replacing Congleton Half.
Yeah, so Congleton Half has stopped. I believe they're on about bringing it back, but not just yet.
Oh, that's another one I can't do.
What, Denston?
Yeah.
So you've got leeway because you've got 7 races 8 because it's 20 races and you need to do 12. So there's 8 races if you can't do them. But there might be times where you think to yourself, actually, yeah, I can do it. I'm just move things around or whatever. But it is a good run. If anybody is listening to this and thinking to themselves that they want to join NSRRA, I would really, really, really suggest that you do. It really does help with your running, and it's a really good community. It's competitive, don't get me wrong, but people are lovely after and before. Not so much during the race because it's quite competitive during the race. Nobody's tripped me up.
Nobody's tripped anybody up yet, though, as far as I'm aware.
Wow, rumour has it.
But On that note, we will hopefully, Ben will be back next week. Emma
I'm
won't
not
be with
here
us next week. Hopefully, myself and Ben will be here with Ken. If not, it'll be the Ken and Rob show. But we will see. And on that note, we will see you all later.
See you, everybody. Bye.